Hey PJs, welcome back to another video. Before we get started, be sure to subscribe down below if you like my channel and my content. By doing so, you'll become part of my PJ squad, which is always awesome. And as always, comment down below what you guys would like to see next, or if you just want to hop down there and say hello, I will be answering as many comments as I can. So today we are doing another re-review, and we are doing Sweet Slime's Studio, and this one should be pretty interesting because you guys know there were some that I didn't like, but this kind of, along with Celadon slimes, it's kind of scary for me to play with them because, you know, I might not ever get slimes from said shop ever again, so it's like nerve-wracking to play with them. So we'll see. Also, you'll notice that this one and this one are in different containers. That's because I liked these the most. So I decided to transfer them to some 8-ounce containers that I had left over. So I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get right into it. So starting off with the first slime, I do believe this is Cake Pop Buttercream. I could be wrong. See, this is why it is very important to label it. As you guys know, if you watch the original, she didn't have labels on all but 2 of them. So I kind of forgot the name already. And I haven't played with this one, I don't think, since the review. So I'm gonna have to activate this one, but it is like really glossy. So this slime is pretty much activated, and it does pose the same problem as it did when I reviewed it, which it pretty much leaves residue on my hands, and I still think that's probably because there wasn't lotion or baby oil or something added, and it just sticks. As you can see, it's sticky. And it is a pretty generic texture. It's kind of like if someone just took like maybe half school glue, half glue all, and just activated it pretty much, which I know that sounds really, really mean, but it just feels like generic, I guess, but I'm not going to take points off for that. I'm just kind of stating it. The scent did stay, which I assumed it would since I haven't really played with it. And the container is held up, as you guys saw. Those aren't like the top quality containers that you can get, but they're still pretty good. And so I'm glad it stayed nice and well, and the containers haven't cracked under pressure or anything because they were under other slimes, so I'm also happy about that. But because like the residue is happening, it kind of got worse as well. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. This next slime is Sugar Rush, and this was one of the ones that was labeled, thankfully. And this one, I probably, honestly, played with this one the most. And it's mostly because of the scent. Like, I love the scent. It's like the scent that people use for Captain Crunch slimes, and it smells exactly like Parakeet Slime cereal milk. So it smells really good. I'm like obsessed with this scent because I don't know, it just really smells like milk after you eat cereal. So I really like this one, and the texture is really nice as well. It becomes really sizzly once you play with it, like once you puff it up, and I like the color. I like pretty much everything about this slime, so this is still an easy 5 out of 5. It has kept its texture, and it's still really nice, and I haven't had to activate it at all, so that is a nice bonus as well. This next slime is called Little Red Riding Hood. I don't think I'll ever forget this one's name because this one doesn't have a label either, but I remember this one. This one has a really interesting scent, and honestly, I still don't know if I like it or hate it because it smells really good, very kind of like the bread smell of it or whatever smells really realistic. Like, it smells like I just walked into a bakery making a bunch of fresh bread. And it smells really good, but then I get like a sweet, almost chocolatey smell as well. So it's like, I don't know, it's like throwing me off, but like the realness of it is like also throwing me off. I think I like it, but I don't know, it's a very interesting scent. And I wish you guys could like smell it through the screen because it smells like really interesting. Like, that's the best way I could describe it. But this one hasn't lost its texture, and I've played with this one a few times. Still has an amazing scent, and it's still really strong like it was day one. Nothing really has happened to it. It does kind of leave residue on my nails, but it's not really a huge problem because it doesn't happen very often. Pretty much only when I like poke it, but it's still really nice. It spreads really well, and I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5. It is held up so nicely. So this next slime was the Cake Pop Buttercream one. So the other one, honestly, I cannot remember the name. If you guys can help me in the comments, that'd be great, but I honestly don't remember what it was called. So this one was my least favorite, and it's pretty much because of the wetness. As you guys know, I don't really like the wetness on slimes, and I'm not sure if buttercreams are kind of like clouds where everyone has their own interpretation, but it doesn't really remind me of a buttercream. It's more like between a cloud cream and an icy, I'd say. So if you call it like an icy cream, I guess, that's really what it feels like to me. It becomes very sizzly, which is really nice, but I think just the name kind of throws it off. And on her website, it didn't really like specify what the texture was going to be, so this one just really threw me off, and I wasn't the biggest fan of the scent because to me it smells like, it does smell sweet, but it smells very plasticky as well. But I do not take off points for the scent, so I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5. On to this next one. This is lychee milk, I do believe. This one also didn't have a label, but this one is pretty interesting, honestly. I think over time, this one turned out really well. And the reason I say that is because for some reason, it like thickened up more than it was. Because it was a pretty like, I guess, generic thick slime, if that makes sense. But it got like really glossy and actually pretty thick. Like, these pokes pretty much hold their own, as you could see, and I'm not sure why. I've played with this one probably a mediocre amount, so probably a few times over the past month or so, but like something about this really changed, and I think it's really nice. It does leave residue every once in a while, but not as much as it did, and the scent is still there, everything is still really nice, and the texture even improved, so this one gets an easy 5 out of 5. So the second to last slime is Cotton Candy Cake Shake. I think that's what it's called. And this one is her best seller. And this one I probably played with just as much, I'd say, as lychee milk. But this one didn't get the texture that that one did. So this one didn't get any thicker or anything. I do like the way that the sprinkles like sit at the bottom. I think that's really pretty. But it didn't really change a lot. And there's not really too much to say about this one. The scent stayed. It's still a really interesting scent because, like, I don't know, it's really weird because, like, the stuff that she says she puts in it is, like, brownie and cotton candy and stuff like that, but I just smell perfume, which is really weird, but that's just kind of what I smell. It is still a really nice slime, but it still has that residue problem. But other than that, it stayed really consistent with the texture. So I'm going to give this one a 4.7 out of 5. So the last slime is obviously my favorite, and this one is Oreo Cool Whip. And this one, it's like the color changed because it's kind of hard to see on here because it kind of looked gray, but in real life it's more like a green. And it started out as white, I do believe. And I think it's because of the I almost said the sprinkles, the glitter. And I really think the glitter is actually coloring the slime, which is really weird because the glitter, you probably can't see it because it really doesn't show up very well, but the glitter is starting to turn green, which kind of sucks because it's not really reminding me of Oreo anymore. It more looks like mint Oreo, I guess. So that's kind of a bummer, but the texture has stayed the same, and I've definitely overplayed with this one, so I'm so glad that the texture stayed. It still has like a bunch of glitter fallout, which is terrible. So with that mixed with the color that it's turning, I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5, but the texture is still amazing. So with that, that is the end of the video, and leave a like down below if you like re-reviews like this. I love doing them, and I think for the international buyers out there, I think that this is something that you guys appreciate, and you know, it really shows what slimes can hold up and which ones are worth your money. So let me know if you like ones like this and you want to see more. As you guys know, I'm doing 2 videos a week this week, and or 2 videos a day this week, and 4 of them are re-reviews. And so there's a lot of re-reviews this week, but there was a lot that I had to do and some that I forgot to do, so they kind of all just jumbled together. So I hope you guys enjoyed, but with that, I am signing off, and I will see you guys in the next one.